Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is NutRaisin. We're back in it with home game right now. And that's where we're at. We're gonna be playing PLO cash games and PLO tournaments later tonight. Not gonna play the 109 since I stupidly had a buy-in restriction on my Stars account. So we're gonna play the 109 on Sunday then. I'm not quite finished setting up. Should have everything set up now. All right, cool. Also really haven't eaten yet, so the first 5 minutes of the stream. Apologize in advance for the on-stream eating, but yeah, they're gonna have to be a little bit more mellow. We're just gonna have the home game table up for a few minutes. While Lily is busy tearing up the room. All right, so later on tonight we're gonna have, what are we gonna have? Let me check. We are gonna be playing the 22 KO, $11 KO. Yeah, that's it, the 109. We're not gonna be playing. Probably late rec something else. Speaking of which, let me check party. Again, apologies for the eating. In the free roll, we have, 24 remaining. I think we had around 30 entries. 28, yeah, not so bad at all. Nice. Huh. Well, ain't that a gift? I'm still gonna bet fold here. He got there with the one straight, it beats us, or the one hand it beats us, then so be it. There's not much to late rec. There's a 330 on party that started half an hour ago. Also a 33, but I'm gonna late rec a $33. But let's do the 330 then. Calling here, sounds good. Interesting. So we start off with, well, actually with a equally shortish player. We start off with 50 big blinds, so it's not too bad. Could also check, but with two perfect blockers here. 4 ways. Wow. Two pair the open ender and the flush down man. I don't think we're getting away from this. I really hope Sunny folds. Ooh. Boom. Might be our day in the home game. Jeez. As I said, Lily's busy tearing up the room. Might be, but not might be. One of the few times when Aim Triple T is not going to make a final table, because this guy makes final tables left and right. Jesus Christ, alright. It's all my food, Lily. Oh, what a spat for the aces. They held. Sorry about that. The sniper in the house. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you and yours are all doing fine. By the way, I reckon you won't, but any chance you're making it at the end of June, the fishing thing? Just saying, we're gonna be at a lake. Guess you're wondering, the sniper, a real life friend of mine. Sorry, the sniper, you're carefully crafted online persona. Has been rendered moot. Now that I admitted I know you in real life. Actually, it's not, because I didn't say your real life name is Jürgen. Oh. Pretty good, gives us straight. We have two jacks. No muck, by the way. Well, I got one. How come you don't have one? Oh, right. I was gonna... Shit, man. I was gonna order you one, right? Oh, crap. I must have forgotten about that for... When's the last time we talked about this? Like a year ago, basically? So, yeah, mea culpa, man. A bit on the late side. I'll take care of it. Jogole and Chi-Ching in the channel. Hey, welcome everybody. Good to see you guys. Sorry for the eating, but my schedule was such that I didn't get to eat until just now. Well, I didn't take time to eat. It's not like somebody came and said, nope, you shall not eat. Not the only fuck up today. I was gonna wreck in the 1-9. Der Alte, I'm with you with that, on that, man. Save the run good for the real tournaments today, huh? Speaking of which, it turns out we're not gonna play the 109 today because I'm stupid and paranoid. So way in the past, I restricted my buy-in, unbeknownst to me, or I didn't remember, I restricted my buy-in limits on stars. Actually, on other sites I played it off, it just, I had the thought in my head, if somebody hacks my account, then they can't chip dump in the highest stakes, they have to work for it. I don't know how valid that is, but that was my thinking back then. And that came back to bite me in the ass today when I was regging the 109. I was like, you know what, that ain't gonna work. So I have to refund that. But luckily, the changing buy-in limits takes 24 hours, so at least we're good for Sunday. Even though it's still fucked up, but what can I say? I fucked it up, man. Yeah, so of course, those are going to be refunded in full, including any makeup, maybe even makeup, but certainly including any markup. All of that's going to be funded naturally, yeah. Sorry about that. Pot pairs, very good. And a 330, which we let rec, very good aces. And here we have, 10%. Poker, what do you mean he made Twitch partner today? I thought he's been Twitch partner for a while. HomeGame does awesome. But I vaguely remember having been happy for him in the past about that. Are you too late for the home? Yeah, you are. The stupid late rec's only good for 10 minutes, I believe. And cannot be changed. Nice. One of those spots where I don't know. Guess for 1 BB it's tough to make a mistake. Sonny holding it there. Nice. Well, gives us 2 pair. We also have a gutter for what it's worth. 10 would make us the queen high straight. Yeah, you guys tell me when it's time to sunrun. I'll take my cues from you. Okay, enough with the eating. No magic ace, no magic deuce on the river. Very doubtful that we're good here. Right. Okay, now I am fully yours. Nuclear Smurf in the chat as well. Good to see you, sir. Sugarly and Boy Hell. Thank you very much for the good luck, everyone. Cheers. Reminds me one last thing to do. Send a tweet about the stream and then, well, I guess it's more of the same. Just more. But let it be. Okay, that is done as well. And now I'm ready. Now let's play. Ooh, no. No. All right, so that's the tournaments covered. Let's see, I'm wrecked for, let me just make sure that I'm wrecked for everything that I'm meant to play. So as I said, we don't have the 109 today. We have, on stars, we have the what now? We have 1 scoop on stars, I know that. Yeah, not pitiful, but way less exciting $11 scoop, but I will play to the darndest, man. So we got that coming up in 1 hour, pretty much. And on Party Poker, I think we are slated to play the 22 Big Bounty at 8. Exactly. Already registered for that as well. I don't know if we play any others, man. We'll see. For now, let's get on the cash game action then. But now the makeup I'm keeping. Because a little eyeshadow really makes my eyes pop, I noticed. The markup you can have back though. Not stingy about money, but you ain't getting my mascara. All right, there is some PLO 20 on Run and Ones happening as well. Good to see it. And with that, let's go to the 4-table view. All right. Lily, you say. See in the break if I can get the Lily cam back. Had some technical issues with that. Not sure why. Yeah, by now she fully considers this place to be her home. Yesterday she fought and I believe lost against a kitchen sink faucet. She had I'm not sure if she successfully managed to drink any of the water. She had a very wet head afterwards. She keeps trying to play with the other cat, which is the best way of saying it would be that he's the least unreceptive when it comes to playing attempts from kittens that he has been with all the kittens we've had. I think he feels he doesn't have a choice. It's a flush draw, puts a whole bunch of draws out there. We're gonna check behind here. I reckon this guy goes, well, it's the same as it. Yeah, but suits me fine. Make the backdoor flush 7 high. Take it down. PLO cash games on Rio party today? On Rio, I think. We'll see, unless we find that the games stink for some reason, then we'll move back to, or we move over to party. Oh, the cash games on party have been treating me quite fine recently, I must say. Don't try it, Lily. Not again. Last time she was up there, she was perfectly happy just resting around my neck and sleeping. That's stressing me out already, Lily. Oh, miraculous! You would take it down there. Be awesome. Lily, come here. Felt a jump incoming. So, get raised in the home game. Pretty easy fold. Well, that part is fine. Just no see. Oh, perfect. Ow. Could do without the neck biting, but oh lord. That I can do. Looked like quite a massive pot went Sani's way here. With a flush draw and an open ender. Yeah. It's not the hand to cold call, but it's better worked out for Sani. Ow. You lick and groomed it hair, Lily. See, somebody's paying attention to my hair. I'm in desperate need of a new haircut. Suits me. Yeah, that has to fill you with confidence. Somebody inviting you to a game, you're like, I don't know the rules. Just Google the basics and then let's play for money. Good try. Westen. I can get used to shoulder Lily, and don't mind telling you. Actually, the standard MO would be to check. Decided not to this time. We get raised. Oh. Wow, goes for the pot, huh? Well, I guess I'm gonna believe him. Just let it be. It's not like we had a massive hand at this point. Limp along here with the masses in the 330 PLO. Just maybe the space trip background so there's no confusion if this one is staked or not. Pieface is awesome, period, and he's awesome if you want to learn about mixed games. Yeah, entirely agree. One of my favorite people on Twitch. Going to give you, yeah, it's perfect. And she's still happy up there. I don't know if that'll work out in the future when she's grown, because I think she's going to be a big cat. Ooh. Let's indeed, and I believe this is the first I've ever seen a rather impressive 14-month there. Thank you very much, Raven. That is super nice of you. Yeah, hugely appreciated, man. Cheers. 14 months. What the fuck? And I'm with you, man. Let's ship one today. I'm down. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Mogri's also, yeah, good tip when it comes to mixed games. Those are there are more, but those are the two that I know off the top of my head. Up two pair here. I'm not gonna call versus a raise in the 330. All right, let's do this then. That is actually good enough, I reckon. That's close. Yeah, 2 backdoor flush draws, I think, clinches it. Happy enough to get it in. Yeah, indeed, Chiching, 14 months. I mean, that deserves a wall of emotes. That's quite out there. All right, let's do this. Boom. Boom. Tough to win this one. We've been relatively easy to split it, but not easy to win it. So I guess I'm not getting up, huh, Lily? Until you decide to move somewhere. Whoa. He's legitimately falling asleep there. Oh. It's too much, man. Cuteness meter is overloading. In the home game, you're still 3rd out of 16. Well, as if that it was ever in doubt, Ching. Of course you are. As if that needs pointing out. Gives us a double gutter, I guess. Cheers, Delta. Have a good lunch or dinner, as the case might be, and see you later. Go to the bluff here. Flop and check. Turn I called. Unfortunately, on the river he called. That's a spicy call, man. Wow. Wow. Because you just figured I'm full of it. Rightly so, apparently. Impressive. It's gonna be impossible to get paid here. Alright, just sleeping back there. Oh, you waking? Oh. Oh man, you're too much, Lily. He did get paid, by the way. Turn a gut shot on top of our pure flush draw right now. Yeah, without a pair, will it be? We're getting a decentish price, but meh. GJ Reggie plays mixed game, true, and there are 1 or 2 more that I'm forgetting. Like somebody who streams a lot of PLO Cash also streams mixed games, but I forgot who it was. Right, I think not. Just not a great multi-way hand. Okay. Flopping the flush with a decent redraw, actually, 2 for the house. Redraw denied. Let's see, do I have to flush is good enough? Looks like it is. Probably turned to turn, I guess, to straight. Yep. Thanks for the Chuching shout out there, Alter. My ability to use the keyboard is severely hindered right now because then I would have to move my arm more and potentially disturb this. Can't do it. Okay. In the meanwhile, a fun flop in the home game, but doesn't make for a fun hand. Yeah, I'm not happy with this full house. There's really not much we beat, but I did get there with I knew I didn't like the 5. Oh well. Well, ain't that a fun turn? Sheesh. Meanwhile, in the bounty, this guy leads for a big blind, gets called. This is all sorts of strange. And so it continues. 1 BB call. Now he raises, huh? All right. Backdoor straight draws of 7-9 flush draw, not really a great board. Turn the top pair. 5 ways. Let's take it easy here. Two pair and the other table took it down. Tough one with these guys behind. I think we need to let it be. Chougulet, hey, awesome. I assume you've been in the cash games because in the tournaments I definitely will be on party in 20 minutes actually. Cool, sounds good. This spiraled out of control here, and Timon knocks out... didn't see the name. We're down to 15th. Knocks out Zanek Deep. That's the nick. Yeah, with our stack. DeSantis flop, I'm just gonna go with it here. Very nice. Snap call by Sunny. And one of those rivers. Alright, knocking us down to 8th. But still plenty of play left, plenty of big blinds left. Maybe take it down, do not get called. Oh, hello. Nice. For my own purposes, I could just leave this up and stare at it adoringly for half an hour. Probably not the best content, though. Oh, fast forward. Well, if I play in party, it very likely will not be fast forward. As long as I don't have an easy way of taking notes on the fast forward tables, i.e. taking notes in the replayer, because for everything else there's not enough time, I'm not playing much of it. Genau der, welcome back, good to see you. So pair, nice future blockers. Value of blockers goes down, especially if a bet goes in now. The pot is so large. It's interesting. It has me thinking this guy is probably on a lot of draws here. Especially if he bets half. But let's see a turn. Can we bluff him out of this? I don't know, man. Thing is, this set is going to call 2 pair we get out of it. So there's that. Just a number of hand, 10-9, turn check 10. And we picked up a bunch of equity too, so there's that. If he has like a 7-8 or something, he's got to be really uncomfortable. Oh, she's streaming something. We take it down. Well, that was a welcome surprise. Over here with the aces, nothing good happening. Here, just checking sounds all right. Pick up a flush draw. The bounty, we pick up a so-so hand. I mean, we could. Yeah. I would be kind of interested in raising it, playing against this guy, but it's not quite a hand for it. Oh. Yeah, no, it's fine. Make the 5 a 6 and it gets really interesting. Here takes it down with the all-in. Here we see a river, pot size and a raise. Ooh. Snappy call, top set versus river full house, 5s over 3s. Oh, some purring gone on as well. Hmm? Fine. Down here, spaced out. Shouldn't be calling this hand. Not even on the button, I reckon. Let me double check. Maybe that's too nitty. Do mouse. No, that's not that far off. The 9-6 is the problem here. Make it a 9-7 or 10-9, 10-7, better connectivity, then that's actually fine. On an undergun race with if you're perfectly single suited. Cool. All right, Jubilee. No promises, but maybe. Seems like a good hand to double up with. Come on, Ole. Is that with milk or the other Ole? And catch this one as well. Ugh. Hell. Well, we're not gonna go broke on this board. 4 ways, 3 ways. Well, this looks a bit nicer. Pick up a nut flush draw. Not gonna be able to do it though. And here, well, up against the ace queen right now? No, actually 85%. He's drawing to the gutter basically. And doesn't get it, and we have a nice chip up on the home game. Cool. And here this guy took it down with the turn bet. We never knew what he had. So, Lily, does that mean that I can actually go on a short break at the full hour? Well, now she's getting pets right next to the mouse pet. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? That's up, Master. Good to see you, mate. How's life been treating you, my friend? Nice to see you here. Sir, we still have some home game action up. We have cash games, which I'm gonna leave, actually, for the break. And we have a few more tournaments coming up in the next 20 minutes. We're going to play the 109 scoop, which is all the action for. Also have one on Sunday, which we will going to play. Today's, however, what tripped me up was that I set a buy-in limit at my max buy-in limit for tournaments on my account years and years ago, in case my account ever got hacked. I figured that sounded like a reasonable thing to do, and now it came back to bite me in the ass, because we're not going to be able to play the 109 tonight. Yeah, superior planning. But plenty of things we actually are going to play. So there's that. Atop nothing. Damn. That's not much at all. Nope. In the home game, we are 12th out of... No, wait. 12 are remaining. 2 final tables, basically. And we're in 6th position. Yeah, that's not something for you, Lily. That's just tea. Trust me. Yeah, short break coming up in a minute. OMFG, good to see you. Thank you very much for the good lucks. Good to see you, sir. Alright. Pretty aggro way of playing this spot. Seeing that we really didn't have any backdoors, no backup. Yeah, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. See you in a moment, guys. All right. Man, how often are we sitting on a table with this Schönbart gentleman? I lost count. Anywho, that is the Stake 22 Bounty Hunter. We start with 200 BB. Right. I could play its little brother, but I'm not going to play a 220 tournament today. Got something to do on the side, but we are going to wreck the KO and stars as well. There's a 1650 in a few. Yeah, could have sold action for that as well. Oh well. Oh well. We're gonna play that, and we have, of course, the $11 scoop KO event coming up. All right. Oh, that's what's missing. Cash game tables. Well, the 330, excuse me, not the 220. Found a hand that looks decent enough, depending on the action leading up to us. We're done here. I'm not even going to defend. $69 entries, PLO 50, 57 PLO 10, 15 PLO 200, and 31 PLO 20 on runner ones. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, fucking hell. Do we just... fuck it. We're going with it here. We get aces down here. These I'm just gonna call. Aces in the cash games first hand. That's nice. Alright, let's go into this view then. Here we flop out the sixes. That's good. Seen better boards for aces. Oh, two pairs? Can we? No. No is the answer. Not worried about that. Wow, we have 3 gut shots. Tough to have 3 gutters. And a flush draw now. Again, one of those bluffs that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but hopefully they make sense to our opponents often enough. And I think they do, actually. Turns out I do get enough folds for this to be profitable. At least from what I've seen so far. Oh shit. This guy all right for with the bounty. Just lost a massive part there. It's doubtful that we're gonna be able to compete for it by ourselves. Yeah, there's a call. I also didn't want to limp it. Let's see what happened there. Arrow guy, aces. Spectre, ooh, that's nasty. This guy comes over the top. So far, so good. With the bounty in play, we're not going anywhere just yet. Hoping for a good flop. This one ain't great, but it's probably not the kind of board where he c-bets. And we have, what do we have? We have a gutter, backdoor flush draw, and the king still. Be good to see a turn. Yeah, for pot. Oh shit. He tripled, quadrupled up, whatever. Ian Leal. Good to see you, sir. There's my camera. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Oh, make a straight up there. We're gonna call. I could have bet here. My bad. It's an interesting c-bet. I mean, I'm still gonna fold, but it is an interesting c-bet. Seeing e3 bet, this board really doesn't smack his range, but now, okay, Vegaro, whatever. Go for it, man, go for it. I got the nuts, guy. I got the nuts. All right. In the 22 big bounty. Let's go. We don't cover him, but still. Really don't know about this one, what I'm supposed to do. I think either way, it's close. Well, we certainly don't beat much. Also have a hand going on in the home game. But I could have just... Nah, actually, no, the sizing is fine. Yeah, you got that one. Also had a reasonable hand, so not much to say about that one except that it was pretty sad in its result. Right, about the... I was... Azorian, hey, thank you very much for the follow. I was going to play... the short answer is no. The longer answer is I was planning on playing it. And I actually sold action for it too, put together staking and all that shit. And then I bought in for it today. I wanted to, and I noticed that I have an old restriction on my account for restricting the maximum buy-in for tournaments and cash games and everything for that matter. And I set it up in the past. And I never had a problem like moving up to chase my losses or anything. It's nothing to do with that. I had the paranoid thought when I created online poker accounts like years and years ago, like 10 years ago at this point. I had the thought that, you know, if my account gets hacked and somebody wants to chip dump, then at least they have to work for it. They can't just jump into a high stakes sit and go tournament, cash game, whatever. And so I put buy-in restrictions on all my accounts where possible. And yeah, that came to bite me back in the ass. I had completely forgotten about them and I wanted to wreck today and it said, nope, this is more than $30. You're not allowed to. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. So the result is that I requested a change of these limits and that'll be done, but it'll take 24 hours. So tomorrow afternoon, I'll be able to play those. Yeah, to make a longer story short, not playing the Home today, but playing it on Sunday. And whoever bought Action, I don't think you did, but other people did. Whoever bought Action, they're of course going to get the full buy-in, including the markup reimbursed and everything. So that'll all be above board. But yeah, that was a bummer. We do take this one down. It's quite nice. And get ace, king, jack, jack in the home game. Gonna lose my shit if this guy raises. Here, well, not great, but we're getting it in for the last 2 BB. Not sure if we called. We'll check it out in a moment. 80% right now for us. Perfect hand to be up against, man. GG, Sani. And we're getting closer to the final table here. And did we get a call down there, or did we just take it down? We did get a call by 9s. All right. So this guy has some moves. Yeah, I was really looking forward to the tournament today, especially because it's a bounty too. That just sucked. Gonna check here. Maybe he wants to turn him. All the draws missed. Maybe he wants to turn something into a bluff. Nope. And here it is, the $11 scoop. So let's close down some cash game tables. We have an easier time concentrating. Recently in tournaments, aces have been more trouble than they were worth. And it's not going to remain like that, but it's a trend I've been noticing the last couple of, maybe the last 2 weeks. Not complaining, I mean, it is what it is. They are still, without a doubt, the most profitable hand in PLO. And that'll even out. Oh, let's go for the bluff. Hopefully it'll work. Kind of nice when you have a pair of queens. Bluff worked. Phew. All right, man. Well, the flush is missed, but unfortunately he flopped the full house. Tough to beat that. Oh, I just noticing I have a hut up in the home game. Don't think we need one. All right, and we go all unknown. Actually, about this guy we know a little bit. Seems to be on the laggish side. And the rest are unknowns. You know I was gonna do something. How's Phil doing today? I don't know if they must have reset stacks recently. Right now they're sitting on even stacks, 30k stacks each, so probably just came back from a break. If anybody knows how the Gaffin challenge has been getting on so far today, let me know. Actually, just moved 22 up here and the home game down there. So we have both stake tournaments next to each other. This guy is still hanging in there, by the way, with his 8BB. I didn't even pay attention recently because I didn't get any hands that were playable. He would take it down, the home game. Neat. It always freaking me out, this yellowish background. I always think that there's a big splash on round one's happening. Alrighty. I think I should still be going out for pot size opens, by the way. My bad. What's the structure in the $11 scoop? Let's see. 10-minute blinds. Okay, that's fine. We start with 25,000 chips. That's cool. I am gonna come over the top, trying to secure the bounty here. I think that is reasonable with this hand. Although this guy has all the chips in the world, he can easily call, so could have just called. Pair the open ender. Let's start off with a check. He insta checks behind, huh? Oh, no, he didn't check behind. He checked to us. What the hell am I doing? Okay, checks it again now. Into scoop. Let's don't have it, man. Oh, you rivered eights. Are you fucking kidding me? So me playing this one passively worked out beautifully. Fucking hell. But things are looking alright in the first hand we play in the scoop. That's a dedication right there, Hamsterman. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. The home game. Oh, no, we don't have the flush draw on top. I thought we did. In that case, I should definitely considering a check. Oh, don't worry about the subbing, Hamsterman. All good. Cheers, though. Nice of you to say. Ooh. Just a straight flush down there, huh? That's fine. Yeah, so that was... Still thinking about the hand in the bounty tournament. I should have bet the turn. It is always time to go not steep when the hamster man is here, man. Of course it is. Oh, how about that turn in the home game? Here, 2 pair in the end, no heart. And here I raised. This guy came over the top again, and well, we're not going anywhere. Turn was checked through. Yep, alright, take it down, don't get a call. Hope for a nice 2 pair, hope for the jack, that'd be good. How can we lose it on this turn, man? Sheesh. We're second at home game, we're in the final table. Yeah, congrats everybody. Which means everyone's in the money, because I'm not taking my own cash, so yeah. Well done. Good to see you catching bricks. Indeed, all is well. Restrictions are slowly getting lifted, so we have a semblance of normal life returning. Things are good, man. Things are good. Thank you for asking. How are things going on your end? Hope life has been treating you and yours kindly. I need to readjust my sights. This is a bounty as well. Important thing to notice. Oh, maybe I misunderstood, Hamsterman. If you said you figured it out with the subbing, then I don't know if you did. I didn't get any notification. I hope that one doesn't. I hope you didn't sub and there's no notification. That would suck donkey balls. Well, let me know. It's probably a tad too wide for MP. Not by much, but a little. That being said on this dry board, top pair, second best kicker. Put some money in. It's pretty good. Oh, here we turn trips. Gonna bet him 2. Since we checked it us twice, he would take it down. Oh, no doubt a lucky river. And that river is anything but lucky. I could wrap something, but well, good. But wrapping it as a caller, good deal harder than as the better. The bluff call is not something that shows up in a lot of players' arsenal for some reason. So the biggest chunk of our stacks in the 22 of our stack we lost with the ace is where we had to give up. I think that one I played fine. The one I could easily have twice the stack now again after that hand where I came over the top for the bounty. That was not happy with that line, how I played that hand at all. Oh well. Two pair here in the end. Checked around all the way. Okay. All in on the final table. Okay, you guys do you. Oh, nice hand. Ooh, huge turn there for Vivit, and Jujin is the first one to get eliminated from the final table. Still, he's still cashed, so there's that. Well done, Jujin. And GG. Oh, wow. 3 and 4 bet. Shuts us right out. Double suited, we could just jam over the top. I guess, or fold would be an option too. No respect, huh? Nobody believes me. All right, just make the straight then. I'll make a pair. Oh, shit. What the hell are you guys up to? So 3-bet call, 4-bet. Come on, the open-ender, really? Open-ender and pretty much nothing else on top? That's just brutal. So not much going on in the scoop yet. Not many hands coming our way. Filling us up. We're still 3 ways, so let's remain careful in this one. Wow. Thank you for not betting again, because I don't think we could have called. Yeesh. What's happening, Catch and Bricks? Hang on. A 7-day working stretch. Ooh, I guess you're happy this weekend, man. Enjoy. Sheesh. right back on the grind, huh? Oh, that's why there are more scoop tournaments coming up. So they extended scoop? I wasn't sure. Let me put it like that. 5-card high-low. Ooh. Nice. And yesterday you cashed $325 after work at the $3 rebuy tournament. Just like that. Things could be worse indeed, man. Just like that. More than 100 times your buy-in. Very nicely done, Catching Bricks. Jeez. Sounds great, man. Then a successful weekend of grinding to you, I guess. Go take some shit down. All right. Looks like we're gonna be able to call for one BB more close in the action. Unless Poker Ernst is doing something. No joy. Have a double gutter, but nothing in the way of backup here. Nothing in the way of blockers either. Flush blockers at least. We do make the nuts for now. But on a super dry board, so actually just gonna check here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, there's pretty much no safe river in the deck here. Not like this. Ah, fucking hell. Catchy Bricks, thank you very much for saying that. For the record, I considered it one to be one of my. The music was good, but the DJing was one of the weaker streams. I figured, but hey, really appreciate it, man. That's awesome of you to say. Top 2, huh? Nice. For the race. Honestly, against this guy, I'm not sure I'm going to continue here if he bets Exodon. Now we block the nuts, and that is quite nice. I think we're going to start running a bluff here. Yeah. This feels like a good spot. Come on. That's exactly the hand. Dude, that's good call. Fucking hell. Good on you, mate. Good on you. We determined I have aces. I'll be fucked if I let go here. That's exactly the hand that was like, this guy. I mean, we have sample size of 25, but so far he hadn't 3-bet once. So I was pretty close to laying it down pre-flop. Then I saw that we're on the button, and ranges are a bit wider there. I figured we're gonna call. And the rest I'm fine with. Except for the result. Damn. Batch. Yeah, I'll do much better on the study streams next week. This week, things kept coming up. Really sorry about that. Nerf King's good. Yeah. So there's that at least. Down to 1/3 the starting stack almost. Shit. You covered him for the bounty too. It should be another factor that makes you go like, oh, maybe he does have it here, and I'm gonna have to lay down the top set. All right. Time for the comebacks. It's not going to be here on this table, at least not in this hand. Top pair open ender in the home game. I think that makes it into my betting range here. These stack sizes, and certainly going to call it off. We're up against two pair, 40% for us. Oh, puts a flush draw out there, and we flush him out. Phew. No one's getting my bounty yet. Ah, that's been extended until June the 1st. I'll dive into the schedule then later tonight. That is exciting. Cool. Aces into 22, huh? Let's do this. And by the way, we also started a 1650 PKO on stars. That one not being part of any staking. You get a walk, really. Nobody coming for the bounty. 4 left in the home game. We are second. Not quite front of the gun. What a solar heat. Yeah, I guess so. You just, nope. You don't have it. He was right, yeah. Have to really scold him for that. Alright. Right, he was a rough. He bet the flop, check the turn. I raise pre, he bets flop. I call, turn, check. River seems to be a good spot to put the bluff in, but today is not today for that, apparently. Yeah, the king blocker, I guess. Yeah, so be told. Today's the day not a day to bluff on PLO, apparently. Doesn't matter if it's cash games or tournaments. Do we have a delay on? Yeah, okay. I'm starting to get paranoid. Get a walk in the 22. That's nice. We need way more than 20 BB though. I guess on table 1, if it gets folded to us, we could go with it for 20 BB. In this case, I'll let it be. Have a gutter and a flush draw in the home game. Whoa. That'd be the second nuts right there. Be hilarious if Santos finds a raise. The call from Bit. Let's go. Aces. All right. So somebody ISOs for the bounty. Really? No take? Are you shitting me? No takers. Oh, I don't want to play post flop against 3 peeps. Come on, poker earns, do it. Now we're down to begging. Let's bluff everyone. Do river flush here. All right, start with the check. I don't know, man. Like if it goes bet call, then 5 blows. So everybody checks. I guess we rip it on the turn now. Also have a gutter. Take it down in the home game. Have to chip lead there now. All right, here we go. Ripperoni. Did you just get stacked in the cash games? I believe I didn't. He just called. That's not good news. Have kings. No, shit. Of course you turned the tens full. All right. That's it for that stake tournament, sadly. I'm going to fire a second bullet. Yeah, but no, I don't think so. I got stacked a little bit earlier, or bet a little bit earlier, like 15 minutes ago or something. Let's actually put the 1650 over here so I don't get confused that this is a tournament. Top pair and a flush draw. Blocker 2 straight draws sounds decent enough. And we do take one down. In the 1650 KO. Flop a middle set. Good enough for folding, I guess. Debo103, thank you very much for the follow. I'm gonna go for a bet here since it's been checked all the way. I should have bet a little bit smaller. But it's been checked to us 3 times, right? Debo, hey! Thanks for chatting it up and for the follow. Good to see you, new name here. Big action to scoop, apparently. Here in a 3-bet pot, actually, yeah, 3-bet pot, I believe. Here we flop the open-ender and a pair, well, a pair in our hand, so this stack, we're just gonna go with it. Yeah, this channel be all about PLO, Debo. Cash games and every once in a while some tournaments as well. No, turns us dead. That's a pity. Takes all the excitement out of it. Nice hand, Vit. Nice hand. Still in second place in the home game. Yeah, Fridays we have a home game free roll, Edibu. If that's something that interests you, then join the home game club if you want. Type exclamation point home game in the chat and you'll find all the info. It's a play money tournament. I put up a real prize pool every week of like €6. There's also a €1 bounty on my head. And it's fun. I have those every Friday. Speaking of cash games, we have some PLO 20 on run at once. So we're sitting on 6 tables, 4 of them tournaments. If and when I bust some tournaments, we'll add some cash game tables on top. All right. Let's do this 3-ways then, and we flop very little with a gut shot. Easily be the kind of board where he c-bets, no? S1234. Thank you very much for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Cheers. So we realize little of the almost non-existent potential we had here in this one. Something I do very infrequently, going for the absolute 100% pure bluff here without anything of relevance. I guess we didn't have diamonds, so that is something that works in our favor. There you go. They have all the information about the home game. Yeah, it's not something that'll make you rich, but it's supposed to be fun. Hey, good to see you, SS. Oh, SSSSSSS. Not an easy name to say, is it? Yeah, so I stream and play PLO on a full-time basis, making my way through the micros. I've been stuck in the micros for quite a time, trying to move up to PLO 50 soon. For now, it's PLO 20 and, plenty of study streams, some tournaments. And that's the deal. That's it again. Also have a gutter on top. For the sizing, sure, let's call. Interesting question if he bets again. He really cool, take it down. Pair, gutter back to flush draw. Let's see a turn. Not necessarily the one I had in mind. Might stop him betting. Might not. Hey, my pleasure, Debo. So after our bluff got picked off by top set when we were wrapping and blocking the nut flush draw, we find ourselves super short in the scoop $11. Hey, in that case, I'm happy you don't have any money. It sounds like you would crush me. Triple S. I'm gonna go with, it's tough to say your name in any sensible manner, and SS has a certain different ring to it. So I'm gonna go with triple S, even though you have more than triple S's. But that's the only thing I can come up with that makes it halfway easy on me there. Maybe S12. Yeah, let's go with S12. Sorry, names are important. I try to say them the way they are. In your case, obviously, that is pretty impossible. So I have to help myself a little. The tournaments are on break, so let's play the cash games in the meantime. But it occurs to me that in a vacuum, what you're saying actually doesn't mean much if you're only 11 now. Then I played longer than you, but I assume you're much older than that, in which case I'm rather happy that we're not playing a match against each other. Hey, Debo, yeah, sure. I pretty much accept all the requests. Just for this week, it is too late. Since late rec is already over. Let's see. Nope. And accepted, Debo. Pleasure having you. Dooley is still doing good in some tourneys. Are you? Is that a question or are you? In the latter, I am happy you are. If it's a question, then the answer right now is a short no. Got our bluff picked off here by top set on this table. Here we are the second bullet since we had to give up on a huge chip stack with aces post flop, which was correct. And then I failed to seize an opportunity where I could have gotten more chips. It's all in the past now, but that's the only spot I really regret, I guess. In the home game, we're on the final table, so yay, one final table so far. And we've got the 1650 PLO, which just started there. I actually a little above the starting stack, right? Right. £1,500, nice. I don't think I ever had a single payday of an equivalent amount of money. No, not yet. And here you find all the information about the home game again. Sorry, I should have been showing this table. Called pre, called the flop. I think we need to raise. Cool. I didn't. Here, sorry. Yeah, I made a mistake. I didn't see the re-raise. I thought I was calling a single raise. Now life is interesting. I mean, even if both of them have aces, we're not doing that bad. Especially when both of them have aces. So I guess we'll gamble it up now. We've invested quite a bit of money ourselves. We need an 8, a 5, or a 10. Too bad. Yeah, we really weren't doing all that horrible. S12. Yeah, okay. I'll go with S12 then. She's just going to call here with normally this not a spot with a lot of calling, but with the extra money involved. Here in the flush draw, not too hard on this board. I'm saying. No, but you will need to be 18 to play S12, so you need to wait until your birthday. The home game, no, it's on PokerStars, and it's just a club you can open where you can invite people. So you make sure you can, and you can create your own tournament. So that way you make sure you only play against the people you want to play against. And in this case, the tournament is a play money tournament. There's a little bit of real money to be won as well. I think first place every week gets 250 plus if they win it, €1 bounty on my head. And yeah. Bad connotations. I don't know. I've talked to my lawyers about it, and they advised me not to answer that. Barely second, but we are in second right now in the home game. I need to check up on Lily. It's possible that she wants to be let in. Bet on the call. You know what? I'm actually going to let this go. Just missed 20 minutes and I went nuts. So what ended up happening there? We're up against a better flush. Didn't I know it? So, what's the deal down here? We have a pair, we have a second nut flush draw. It's not bad. All right, in the scoop, we get a hand. Yeah, the stream needs a delay, especially when I play tournaments. Fucking hell. Screw it. We're gonna go with it. Yeah, exactly. It's 180 seconds, 3-minute delay. Sometimes when I play tournaments, I bump it up to 4 minutes. 50%. Oh. We win the sideboard though, don't we? Yeah, okay, good. In the scoop, well, overcards and the nut flush draw. Gonna go with this. Good luck us. There's a pair open ender, 50-50. Come on, come on. Well, that's it for the staked action today, I guess. Damn, I'm gonna take a second. Gonna fire a second barrel there, a bullet there, whatever the appropriate term is. There's certainly a reasonable spot to go all in, so no real heartbreak there. Oh shit, I figured. For clubs, I could see this being a viable solution. For online poker, I would hesitate to use it. Because you're not, if you make any money, you're not gonna get it. Like Texas Hold'em more. Oh, I see. I skipped over that for a second. Hang on. Let me just play some hands here that are coming my way. Don't need to raise, but I think it's fine. It certainly is. Up here in the 22, no joy. Yeah, Texas Hold'em for tournaments is fine. For cash games, I never liked it. So, which is why this is a PLO only channel. All right, 80%. Don't want the board to pair. Nice. Yeah, you guys might be right that Triple S is trolling us. It'll become apparent soon enough. PLO is the great game where you get 4 whole cards and you need to use 2 of them at all times. It is the dark side of poker. And now we are chip leading the home game. Nice. Called here and turn pretty exciting, all things considered. Actually a rather huge turn for us. Oh, hello. Gonna raise. Actually, no. Ooh, 25%. We need to get a little bit lucky here. We don't, and Santos doubles up there. Very nice answer. Okay, well, we're not going anywhere. Is there any point in raising? There might be to push like that equity out. That's not working as intended then, is it? How the fuck did he call? Him calling top 2, sure, fair enough. But that? What the fuck was that? Hmm. All right. In the scoop on the second bullet. Catched up suited kings with an ace. Raises us. I think we go with it. Versus aces. And he has a king as well, so we're dead here. Alright, not gonna fire a second bullet. Or a third bullet, rather. Fucking hell, man. In the 1650 bounty. Hey, that's not for me, that it's the dark side of poker. I've heard other people say it, and did I just show my hand in a real tournament? Oh, fuck. And I think the description is kind of nice. It is the dark side of poker, and once it has you, it shall not let go, man. Damn, I'm so motivated for tournaments. Fucking hell. Nothing went our way. Very little, at least. I mean, it's not over, not in all of them, but not a good start. Open ender, flush draw, and limp pot. Cover this guy for the standard bounty. Lol indeed, batch. Lol indeed. Oh, hang on. Now I'm actually not sure which one you mean. 5 card. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to describe 5 card PLO. So yeah, that beats me. Sorry, we have this one happening with aces. Let's actually move this up here. Makes it easier on me. Another 7. Here we take it down. Second carry against pot and jab. Yeah, well, right? What the fuck? All right. Crappy aces, but we're going to go with this. Because we should get it down to heads up a lot. No. I was really hoping we would, man. Okay, that's it. Tough. You know, with trip aces as bad as these, it's tough to find a better board. At least one that's better looking for now. Sure. That'll work, my friend. That'll work. So, yeah, tournaments are fun. You should play them. Fucking hell. But still, they are fun, and you should play them because they're soft as fuck, in case you haven't noticed. 5 card PLO rage grab. That might actually be, I don't know. 1650 PLO, we turn all right. Could have bet the turn. Wow. There are a bunch of spots that just make you go wow in the tournaments today. Well, at least it was short and painful. Pocket Boots is awesome. I don't know why he hasn't been streaming in a while. I agree, he should be on Twitch more. Take it down here in the home game. Second chips again. So the other guy, by the way, called with a 4-3 deuce something pre-flop versus, you know, that hand we went all in. Pretty strong. And he would still take it down. Holy hell. Thought we'd be splitting it. Because he didn't turn kings? No, he had a king in river 10, said no blocker to the straight. Okay, fun guy. With the 9, I'm going with this. And a pair from the board, we do take it down. Here. I guess so. Good luck, us. Oof. Ian Leal taking a bounty and commanding chip lead now. Congratulations, Ian. Well done. Well done, Ian. Yeah, right. All right. So, hang on, let me take a note that Ian got the bounty. Here we got it through. Leaving us with one tournament and a few cash games. This is fucking pure classic. Yeah, those. I mean, that was a great flop for crappy triple aces. Busting all tournaments. Yeah, you got it, man. You got it. Before 9:30 in my time, but yeah, strong showing, right? So yeah, if you want to buy action, if you want to have a sweat and maybe have some side bets on how fast I can bust tournaments, then check the staking channel. No, obviously right now I'm kidding, because the fuck. Wow, catching breaks. That is an amazing result. Congrats. Pretty much best board for triple aces. Yeah, I agreed. I was hoping we get it down to heads up. Two to 300. That's really not bad. Catching breaks. That's very impressive. Well done, man. Stick to it then. Sounds like that's your thing. This is probably a tad to lose. It's not by much, but let's check it out. A quick check for on the Gelfand challenge. Looks like Action Freak is up a little bit today. So against the race, I'm folding this easy peasy, but let's check out the initial open. I'd say Jack 10-8 is probably fine, even triple suited. Yeah, that's exactly the case. 10-8. 10-8 would actually be a call. Would be a race call. That's very interesting. Here, you know, we can call an all-in. I don't mind betting. We can call a raise. We can actually come over the top of a raise if we want to. Instead, we take it down. That is a superior board. What the fuck? We got it all, even and got it to the straight flush. Keeps betting, so I think we want to. Let's see. Yeah, we do want to raise it a little bit. Yeah, if it brings money and if you enjoy playing it, then yeah, that's all that matters to me. Don't fold it. Okay, cool. So sad we're splitting this one up. So sad, man. It would have been better to lose it against her backdoor, her flush there. So I guess I'll take it. I'll in the home game and we see, 4% here. What's the deal? Make that 0. Ian deal. Nice showing, and he takes it down deservedly. Congratulations, Ian. Oh, need to take a note of the results. so I can send the payouts later tonight. Yeah, if you enjoy what you're doing, Catch and PX Patch, then that's good enough for me. If you're having a good time playing the game of your choice. Hey, I mean, who am I to talk? I played Limit Hold'em Full Ring. To most of you, that's like watching paint dry. You would probably slightly prefer watching the latter. And I enjoyed the heck out of that, so... Yeah, fair enough, OMG. If it's not a game you... yeah. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. I think there might have been a slight spoiler there, Ian Leal. I don't know if the time had already ticked over, but don't worry about it. Turn a pair of sevens, or actually river a pair of sevens, my bad. Oh, wow. A double gutter and a flush draw. Yeah, very well done, Ian. Well played today, man. Deserved win, if you ask me. That you did. Dude, no, I don't want to play heads up here with the guy sitting out. The fuck? I think in a heads up hand I'm basically in call down mode. Here I could lead as a bluff, turn it into a bluff. I mean, I still have shown him value. Okay. Just move all in and let the fun begin. I'll record it, Poker Fool. Decent splash down here. Let's compete for it. Flop a pair, backdoor flush draw. Puts another diamond out there. Decent start. And on this one, I'll probably check, call down. I probably fall asleep at the table here. Which is why I was able to massively multi-table that. I had to set up on my... You don't only need, like, what, 2 buttons or 3 buttons I needed on my Xbox game controller. So I was leaning back Table Ninja to handle switching between tables back then. And could put up my feet and, you know, sit back and, like, 15 table without breaking really a sweat. I, in the end, managed to get up to 24 tabling, but only for, first of all, very robotic B- game at best, I'd say. And like 2 hours max to my brain turned into mush, so it was fun though. Not the day to bluff, people. Wow, sure. Sure, that's the hand to bet on a turn. Hey, it worked out, man. Worked out beautifully for you. It seems across the board today is just not my day. Yeah, closing the action. And normally I snap fold this, but closing the action, 80 cents in the middle. That shall do. I don't know about action taking forever to develop. Actually, there was plenty of action back then. We're talking right up until Black Friday, basically. Hmm. Okay. Who took all the money? You think? Well, expect a thank you letter from Party Poker, I guess. Yeah, it's a shame the amount of rake that is taken in the micros, in the nanos even. That's what I really loved about microgaming. Here we get a call, that's amazing. And here, got 3-bet and flop well enough, I would say. Yeah, we have the gutter, we have the backdoor flush draw as well. Moving in here sounds okay. One for the good guys, finally. Limp pot. We're in the big blind here. Okay. Puts the diamonds for a flush draw out there. And we have a gutter to the nuts as well. A jack would just about do it for us. We're still good. That's amazing. Might have been like a king 6, no, a king 6, queen jack, 10-4 is what he showed up with. All right. Top pair and a flush draw, that'll do. I wouldn't mind check ripping over this guy, and probably this guy too, huh? decent little turn. Take it down. Okay, okay. Pretty nice. Yeah, off the bar is still around. He just sometimes is busy, but he's still very much around and kicking. And I'm sure he'll be back to modded up pro style before too long as well. Cool. Yeah, right. Bad shy. Thought something very similar. I actually thought something very similar. See if we can go 2 for 2. David's keep breaking, keep going down to heads up. Probably not gonna go on this one. Not folding here. Interesting. Queen 8. The Queen 8 I didn't take into account. I was like, if the kings, there's a decent chance that he's actually turning something missed into a bluff here. And I didn't think he would bet the absolute low straight there, the 6, 7, 7, 8, whatever that was. I forgot about the Queen 8. That one does make sense to bet. I was thinking like, the weakest, he's not going to go for 2 streets on this run out, especially on the jack, not with the low straight. Forgot to consider that other straight though. It's just to make up for the stream. You guys are pretty amazing. We can make an event out of it. I could, water some earth, prepare some mud, get 2 bikinis, and we could stream the whole thing. Some makeup mud wrestling. Now that I said it out loud, doesn't sound as enticing, does it? Sounded better in my head. Yeah, this this channel has been really free of drama for like 99 point something percent of its existence. So it's actually not hyperbole. Yeah, I guess there are a bunch of toxic people. Like reading 2+2 these days is rarely an enjoyable experience. Matter of fact, I don't read 2+2 anymore, basically. As far as I understand, I have an older. Hey, P182, welcome back, by the way. Actually, the latest versions of Poker Tracker just for some reason started working on microgaming again. In the past, I always had an old client installed, as you allude to there. And if you want to know how to do that, there's actually an how-to on my with download links on the Discord in the training software and sites channel. I think there's a sticky for that since the question arose a bunch of times. But yeah, imagine my surprise when I fired up the newest version of Poker Tracker at some point and it wound up working on stars. So yeah, that's the answer you're looking for right there. And it's even better than you hoped for, I guess. Yeah, so now the latest versions all have been working for me. I didn't change anything. I just installed the latest Poker Tracker version a couple of months ago, like 2-3 months ago, and had microgaming open. And imagine my surprise when I saw a HUD coming up for microgaming. And it's not relevant for too much longer, like what, 2 days more until, or 3 days until microgaming moves over to a different network. They're still making a mystery out of what network they're moving over to. This is not a great turn, but let's see a river. Hopefully filled up. Table to 3, we took it down with the queens. Yeah, let me know P182 if it helps you. Okay. No delay, no race there in the end, huh? Phew. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem I ran into a bunch of times, P182, the old version. And whenever I had that one still running while opening up stars, stars would bitch at me and send me automated emails like, don't do that. I was like, oh shit, man, I just had it. I just forgot. And that's all a thing of the past as of now. I didn't see anything about it in the patch notes for what it's worth, but yeah, it just wound up working again. Hmm. Ooh, I'll take those chips. Thank you very much. A bunch of Rio tables went down to 3-handed. Man. What a sub message. Much love right back at you, Chase DAs. Thank you very much for these super nice words. I am happy whenever you find the time to hang out here a while, and I totally understand whenever you don't have the time. I have plenty of other things way more important than a little bit of poker on Twitch. Thank you very much, man. 9 months. Oh, Twitch baby, indeed. The first time MP Adams said that, I was like, what do you mean Twitch baby? I didn't even make the connection to 9 month resub then for quite a while. I think we're just gonna go with this. So thank you very much, and right back at you. Super nice of you to say. And it means a lot. Well, that hand we block relatively nice. Are you shitting me? This is not the day for us to win all-ins, man. This might be a short day of streaming, because this ain't fun right now, I have to admit. Jesus. Yeah, I think on the 18th is when they move away. Bet fold here. Good thing is the nut flush is not going to raise anymore. We kind of set our own price here by betting. And he does find a raise. That is fine. Over here, bet on a 3-bet. Need to let it be with a pair and a queen high flush. In the splash pot, things are looking a bit nicer. Yeah, we were up against better flush draw. Top 2 versus a flush draw. Made better top 2. Knocked the other guy out. Let's see, how's Phil doing? Let's hope he gets spared some misery. Yeah, between the two tables, it looks as if Phil is down a little bit, at least for the day. I know how it feels. Damn, what a brutal session so far. Jesus, and we can't win any all-ins. I think we won, like, literally won, like, very, very few. Alright. I've been crying out for football. Is that starting back up? I don't even know how it works in Germany, if they decided what to do with soccer yet. No matter resumed. It's right. Maybe there's a raid from Phil. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think Ben Solsky is streaming today, so he's probably gonna get the raid. Or Jammy, and I think he's been helping with the modding, so he would be more deserving of it. No, I wouldn't mind the raid, but yeah, Jammy would definitely deserve it more, especially if he has been modding it up today, and he normally is. But I will be modding it up more in the coming weeks, and maybe get a raid or two in the process as well. But Batch, I mean, so here's the thing. I don't think I played near my A game. In the tournaments, it was like a B minus at best. There was actually only one spot I'm really sorry about, but never doesn't matter anymore. But it does seem to me that this session could have been a good deal brighter had some hands hold or some reasonable draws gotten there. What I'm trying to say is we're getting fucked by the dealer right now, or is that just my perception? Am I deserving to be down this much? Is my question basically. Egbert, welcome, sir. Good to see you back. How's the challenge going? Yeah, kind of. The Action Freak challenge draws few viewers, and I'm not as invested in it as the Venvidi, which was just Hollywood material, as the Venvidi challenge. But I mean, they're still pulling a bunch of viewers, and it is an exciting match. Whenever I end up watching it, I am entertained. I think Phil is still in the lead overall, but I have no clue how today was going. Latest figure I saw between all the sessions up until the last one was Phil being up 170k. There is, however, a break coming up, and I will gladly take it. Even though we only have but one tournament remaining. I think I'll take a breather after the recent developments. It's not that this is a horrible day. I think in the cash games you're down like 5 buy-ins. But it has been, the way we lost him has been trying. Oh well. Ain't quite over yet. Royal Rat! Hey, good to have you in the channel, and thank you very much for saying that, man. First of all, really appreciate good lucks. Very kind of you. And happy to hear you like the study stream. There will be more of those coming up next week. I had one planned today, but I couldn't make it. And next week I will try much harder to actually make the study streams I announce. So yeah, I'm glad you liked it. And if you want to join next week's study streams, check the schedule in the next days. When you see in a weekday, on a weekday, when you see an afternoon stream schedule, that'll be a study stream, basically guaranteed. Cool. Good to have you back, Royal. Okay, in the 1650 bounty, we're doing okay. We're in the middle of the field here. Have a decent stack. Starting stack was 2.5k, I believe, so we're doing quite all right. Just called here. Yeah, that might actually be a batch. But that's the reason that your play is not tracked right now, and it's creates less excitement that way. The Lilycam still is a thing, generally speaking, even though it had some technical issues. But I think I could solve those at runtime. Main trouble is that Lily is way more upwards, is way more mobile these days. So while she hangs out up here and sleeps a lot in the later part of the evening, where Lilycam would still work during the afternoon, early evening, she's usually downstairs a lot. So the break is on, which is also why I closed the cache game tables. And we'll reopen them in a couple of minutes, and I will also be back in a couple of minutes. So thanks for joining, and more PLO. Hopefully with some all-ins going our way coming up in a few moments. Until then, see you in a few. Almost back. No, Pokefool, I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow. I have a thing. But on Sunday, I'll be playing more party MTTs. I'm playing the 109 on Sunday, yeah. I was gonna play it today, but I don't know if you heard the story yet. The short version, because I told it 1 or 2 times already. Short version is I discovered to my surprise that from like 10 years ago or something, I had a buy-in limit on my tournaments. Always had buy-in limits on all my accounts. Always figuring, if I get hacked, people can't chip dump as easily. Not sure if it's valid, but that's my paranoia made me do it. And I completely forgot about it. Want to early wreck the 109 this afternoon, and I was like, oh fuck, that ain't gonna work. So I reversed the limit, but it takes 24 hours. So for Sunday we're good. Oh, we're also good here, at least for now. At the tournaments I did play, another Pokefool, all were very quick and dirty affairs. Quick and painful today. Probably shouldn't snap act. Even pre-flop. Probably way more draws than made hands. Dude, die hätten. Oh, fucking hell. That's our day. A pair and a jack high flush draw. Sure, you had the backdoor flush draw, but I don't know, man. Oh shit! I see Phil sitting on a 100k stack in the challenge on one table. It looks like Action Freak won a big one just a few moments ago. So might have been Action Freak's day today. Barry, good to see you, sir. How's it going, mate? Today we're having trying times here. Hang on. Yeah, but how's it going on your end, Barry? Hope life is good. We're still in one tournament in the 1650 KO. This one non-staked. And I think rebuy should be over pretty soon. 19 minutes here right now. 53 places getting paid, so not that far away. By the time rebuy is over, we'll be relatively close to the money already. I'm seeing 58k down for Phil. I assume that's for the day. Get that 9 here in the end, giving us the nut straight. I have to entertain Lily a little bit on the side. So, top 2 now and an open-ender. Sure. Beat all the other 10s. If 51 is running, I could win it all back in one hand. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Fortunately, he rivers it there. Catch a very fine hand here. All right. Fair enough. But it is a hand to re-raise and 4-bet with. That's fine. But damn, things are not going our way. There was pretty sad that he had 2 of our outs as well. He had a 10 and a jack. I believe, at least. That's been a ruddy day, man. Kings. Rafael Madeira. I'm on relatively frequently recently. Well, actually, that's not true. The last 1.5 weeks I was on very infrequently. But everything is, excluding today, everything is pretty peachy. Today I'm getting hammered by the dealer. 60% here, 6% still. That's 0% in the end. And, life is good. Can't complain too loudly. How are things on your end, man? Good to see you back. You might not see me for much longer today. This session has been going in such a way where I'm pretty close to calling it a night. It's just a tournament that's keeping me around for now. Really a day where all-ins just can't go our way. Riverbread, oh man. Unfortunately, I'm not. So here I now have a rep. Hang on, I also have a club. I'm gonna go for the bluff. So no, definitely do not ahead. We're actually at this point down like 7 buy-ins. It's not too brutal. But the cash games and the tournaments alike were just fatality after fatality being dished out to us. So one of those days, I guess. Lily, what you say? Good to see you back, Riverbread, by the way. Barry sounds amazing. Had an interview for the dream job. Now, that's quite a statement, man. Oh, fingers crossed that it goes your way. Sheesh. So I hope that goes your way, and I hope to a lesser extent, the 3 tables of PLO 20 go your way, because the dream job obviously being way more important. Pieces down there. Yeah, but that's kind of the song that I need right now. We just go like, fair enough. That's what the song is about. Shitty things happening to you and you going like, I guess. And Ace is over here as well. With the aces here, we flop rather nice. And here, see if we can get some money out of this. We get jammed upon, that's nice. This time, no sweat involved, that's also pretty nice. And I pay with flop a wrap. You know what, we're just going to push this one with 14 BB. He says, nice hand, I assume he's going to fold. Herr Tunt, good to see you, sir. Hope the next session fares better. I hope so too. Yeah, it's bound to be. That just made this. Gonna have a nap. Sounds good, man. You nap it away. First, cross your fingers that we gonna get the turnover we want. 35% still. Make it 100. Very nice. For a quick double up in the 1650 PLO bounty. Catch a decent enough hand on the flip side. If this guy jams, I shall be happy. Actually, if this guy jams, I shall be happy for 925. That would be amazing. Do it, Mr. Pacey. I'm gonna come over the top right away if he does. Lily's battling it out against her tail on my lap. Ow, 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 ow. My belly is slightly armored, Lily. Be careful. Also one of the better flops here. The bounty it's not the happiest hand. But he has a shorter stack. Alright. Any ace would be good. Still 40%. Against this sizing, I hope we don't get many folds at this point. Ooh. I didn't even see this guy here. All right. Anybody has the nut flush draw? No. You see a bunch of sets? Well, fucking A. Need a red hold on the tables because I don't have much money on run at once after the session right now. So if I get busted on another table, I kind of need to put the funds back into the account. I could also just put my money in the account, but I'm If so, I'll do it. If I need to, I'll do it after the session, ideally. Julia, do you embrace more the monetary side of poker while being a player, or the journey process that comes with it? Both, I would say. Very, very likely both. Turning it around, maybe, yeah. A little bit of a comeback here in the cash games. We're down less than 5 buy-ins at this point. This might help. Lily can please. Well, she's all over the place right now. I can't really do it in a sensible manner right now. I'll try to get it going for the next session again. Because I think I need to change cameras now that she's way more mobile. I need to, like this, my face cam has a wider field of view. Wider, not a wilder. A wider field of view. And that'll be better suited for the job. Okay, not many straight. You know, the 3-7 is pretty much, it didn't even occur to me, it's pretty much the only straight that makes sense to be played this way. That's why I wound up calling there. Let's go indeed, Jugule. Let's go indeed. I'd be down. Very deep here against Jenna. Let's just flop top quads. That'd be good. Okay, top quads is weird. Tough to have top and bottom quads. Well, actually, PLO, it's doable. The turbo nuts that they held too against 2 sets. Incredibly enough. Yeah, but Jugule, the monetary aspect certainly very important. And I think it's what got me into the game in the first place, thinking, you know, I could do this from home and potentially make money at it. That was... This guy 3-bet really wide. This guy called really wide. Okay, see your turn. They're getting it in again down here. I'm also going to post this to a table where I want to stick around. This lady's just a bit too crazy. Good table. Dude, don't say thank you. I want Jenna to stick around. Keep it on the down low, man. And it's a mystery to me that nobody comes over the top. But I guess, you know, the stacks are not such that they can easily come over the top. Except for this guy. Not with the dangler. All right. There you go. Some action, please. Good enough, good enough. Unfortunately, don't get called. I don't raise fault this. I just don't think Jack 10 bets like this. Cool. Okay, flopping the nuts. I mean, some backdoor redraws. Goes for the pot. All right, I think in this case, it's worth it trying to get these guys out. With the free roll. Phew. Very happy to split this. Shit. Jesus. Let's see if Jana's going to be involved. That would be super. Come on, Jana. Do it. All right. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Last two times you did this, people had like 3s or like 4s already, so I think the dealer has it out of his system. He said optimistically. All right. JB Walker, hey, trying to study GTO PLO. Am I playing? First of all, welcome back to the channel, man. Because I think I've seen your nick before. Are you playing a GTO Silver Strat? No. First of all, no one is, because it's way too complex. And it's also not... GTO is supposed to be a... Hang on. is supposed to be a baseline. Like it's a baseline where you see like, okay, this is what would be done in a GTO environment, and it's up to you to figure out how to digress, how to diverge from that in a profitable manner, because you don't want to be playing GTO. Nobody does in the micros. And yeah, playing exploitative, it just makes you so much more money. Like, for example, there are certain spots that are basically never bluffed in the micros that the solver would where the solver would have a whole bunch of bluffs. And so, you know, in GTO world, it means that if you expect a bunch of bluffs, that you should be calling wideish in certain spots. Whereas in reality, that would be a recipe for disaster. That's one example why playing GTO is not the way to go. So I do study GTO. We do have LFG NR. Let's see if he LFG here, man. He has aces. He does have the aces. Sure. This time Jenna has the aces. Why the hell not? Here we're going to go with this, however. That's fine, double suited. Not terrible. Especially not now. Yeah, I do study streams where I use visions and the bucket tool, and then those study streams are GTO based, of course. LFG and R, I'll take it. Pretty nifty. So, I guess it's a good thing I'm not using the headset mic anymore. Otherwise, you'd be hearing right now. Alle Quatschmaus. Okay, so that's a new one. Really? Nice triple up, by the way, in the bounty. Turn it straight. Here. We're gonna call. I guess it's worth it if this guy calls and we play for his bounty, which we often do. Middle set, very little in the way of backup here. Single raise pot. Took it down with the straight on table 2. If he bets again, do we shove or? I think we do. It's a single raise pot, late position open. Sure, yes, some aces, some kings, but we're also good often enough. Very, very awesome. Two pair in the end. Let this be good. Woot! Jaywalker, hey, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it, man. We do take it down there. Also very nice. Yeah, cheers. If you want to check out the study streams, first, you could check out my YouTube channel. I'm not trying to peddle this one too hard. It's just that where all my streams get archived. But there is a playlist there for all the previous study streams I did if you want to check those out. Just exclamation point YouTube. I'll just put it here in the chat if you want to check it out. But more importantly, when they happen live, they're interactive. I have a bot kindly provided by Rulers Poker, the creator of Visions. And the bot, like, you can vote in the chat what you would do, like check bet raise. And the bot counts the vote, so it's fully interactive. Just leaderboard every session where you see how good you do with all the GTO quizzes, all the questions. We either use the bucket tool from Mastermind or Visions from These Days Run It Once. And long story short, if you want to see a study stream live, keep checking like a couple of times, once or twice a week, check for the schedule. And if you see an afternoon stream scheduled, then there'll be a study stream. Pretty much always. Return the second nuts. He calls as well. He bet the turn, we called. You have a top pair, all the backdoor flushes. Here I just called pre. Here he has a queen. What the fuck? All right. In a splash pot, I decided to tag along and flop pretty massive. More good luck for carrier pigeon. You do that, my friend. We're planning to fire again on PLO 50. In the next weeks, basically. Yeah, so hoping to be able to do it in the next weeks. Hopefully sooner than later. Oh, hello. So here 59 places get paid, late rec is over, and this one. Yeah, hopefully soon, Jubilee. Would be nice to have a few good sessions before that, though. Good for the bankroll. I'm looking today. Today, right now, we're down pretty much exactly 5 buy-ins for the stream. Plus a bit in the tournaments, but that's not too horrible. Especially given with how we've been running. But recently it's been turning around, so let's hope this trend continues. That's fine by me. Quite often just call there this time around. Decided to go for the check raise. And this works out. Cheers! Thank you, Sugarlay. So far, so good. Take it down. What about you, Lily? Never mind. I thought she maybe quieted down. $80 left. Getting close to that money. Was it 59 get paid? Yep. Oh, damn it. This guy had a really low bounty. Yeah, I could have called here. Probably, yeah. But he folds, and that's all good. Right. Oh, wow. Yeah, going with that. This guy has a decent enough bounty. All right, good luck us, man. Ooh, has the better flush draw. Okay. Holding a 2-4 bet. Bring the momentum to those PLO 50 tables. Oh, I hope. We trash PLO 50 next week. It probably won't be next week. But no, never say never. That being said, I already took 1 or 2 shots off screen or off stream. And when you say, hope you're leaving the run bet at PLO 20, I had my first quad versus quad losing situation at PLO 50. Cause why not? Why the hell not? And also lost with the nut flush against the straight flush. So much for the run bet staying at PLO 20. And what a beautiful flop for us. I mean, even with him having the nut flush blocked, we were doing all right enough, but that was certainly a pity that the hearts weren't good for us. But other than that, pretty standard spot, I would say. Now we get aces. Crappy aces, but aces nevertheless. Go for the triple up again. All right, let's go. This guy's never folding. It would be a huge mistake if he did. Like if he has quad deuces, then sure, yeah, you can lay down. Jacks versus aces as well, but on this board, aces are looking pretty good. And so they do. Wrong button. For some reason, Janna did not hold on to her big stack. I wonder why. Color me not surprised. Now Janna bumping it up here. I think it's against her hand. We're doing all right. Playing this one 4 ways. I have position on her. All right, sure. Let's see a flop. It's pretty wide, but she's going to be in here with all sorts of hands, judging by what we've seen before. It would be pretty huge if one of these guys fold. Good. Lose one of them. Eh. Holy shit, 6 setup. Yes. It's an apt description of this whole session today. Oh, I'm really curious to see what Janna has. We've seen her show up with all sorts of crap. Sometimes something good as well. She actually does have something. Like on the flop, pre-flop, 3-bet, Jack 665. I have doubts. I have doubts. I have a good hand. I have a shitty flop as well. Too small of a sample. Yeah, well, very true. Very true. On the button, if he folds, that'll be fine. Yeah, hang on. Nothing bad. She just got entangled by the string of her cat toy. Needed to help her out a little. A little lady. Definitely to bring back the lily cam tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, on Sunday. Aces again into 1650. Yep, that about sums it up. And I think that'll do me just fine for one day. It's been a 4-hour session. I don't think it's in reality, it's not getting to me in the sense that I'm getting tilted or anything. I'm not even in a bad mood or anything. But who knows if something like that will sneak up through the back door without me realizing. Long story short, I think it's better. It's a wise decision if I call it a night here in a few. So we'll do just that. I mean, that, by the way, it wasn't a huge beat. First of all, it's pretty... It's not like we were miles ahead when you're ever in PLO. And I would be... With this guy's stack, you know, he can call very, very wide. And there was... I don't think there was a mistake on his end. Here, the 9 and 8, 5, there's a euro in the middle. All right, let's see a flop here for one of the last hands. Not gonna go crazy post, though. Yeah, but let me check already to see who is on. Ooh, that's nice. And who we can rate. And I'll be back probably on Sunday. Tomorrow I have a thing. And probably won't be able to stream even in the evening. But on Sunday I'll be back. Before that, however, we'll do this. See where it takes us. No. Okay. Yeah, I think that there's a nice footnote to a session that didn't go much different from this one hand. Wow. Indiana does. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I don't think I'm in the correct mindset anymore. So if any of you play on round ones, then there should be a seat opening up soon here on this PLO 20 table next to Jenna, which is the Jesus seat on this table, by the way. So he got it in with a pair in the gutter, top pair in the gutter. Against 4 peeps, and got his gutter there. So all right, let's head over to Jamie in a few moments, who plays the Scoop 8 game, I think the PLO 109 and PLO 50 cash games on Rio. A few more hands left to play before that, however. A few on the Jenner table as well. Ah, fucking hell, what a session. It's not like it was, in terms of losses, the worst one ever. We're down like 6 buy-ins on the stream, so that's not... We've had way worse. But just the way of losing pretty much everything. Made for a common theme, let's put it that way. The theme was, today is not your day. Actually, perfect connectivity. I think single suited I can raise these. Let me check out, I always forget. I know double suited, it's fine. Let's see, cutoff versus under the gun. No. Okay, cool. Only supposed to call. The bottom set then the flush draw. If they check, then sure. My pleasure, River. My pleasure. Yeah, and here it's my pleasure to fold. Oh, but it made for a fun stream, what can I say? Today, we're definitely the windshield. Well, actually, today we were the bug. That's the way the saying goes. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. We weren't the windshield today. Unless somebody sits out, this will have been the last hands. In which case we'll do just that. We'll call it a night and head over to Jammy's place, see what he's up to. All right, that's that. Thanks for watching, everybody. It has been brutal, quite frankly, today. See if we can do better on Sunday when we're going to play the 109, another KO, maybe 1 or 2 other tournaments on the side, and certainly some cash games as well. Until then, I wish you a very fine weekend, and if you want, join me on the raid over to Jamie C's place with more PLO. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.